I subscribe to the Rochester Business Journal, and one of the sections that I always glance at are the state county court judgments. And I gotta say, I am shocked. I mean, every week in there are numerous judgments by the New York State Workers' Compensation Board against businesses. Now, I've blacked out these businesses because even though this is public record data, I don't need to publicize their mistakes anymore, right? What happened for these businesses is they probably thought they had an independent contractor that they were paying, someone that they just paid to do a job that they're issuing a 1099 for, because you know what? Businesses don't want to have employees on the books because it's expensive. You got to have a payroll service. You got to pay payroll taxes. You have to pay workers' compensation insurance. You have to pay New York State short-term disability insurance. So to get around that, businesses try to pay people by 1099 to classify them as an independent contractor. Now, here's the catch, right? They have to meet certain guidelines. You just can't say I'm paying somebody as a 1099 independent contractor. You actually have to meet qualifications for it. So the catch is, if you control when they work, where they work, and how they do the work, they're not an independent contractor. They're your employee, right? So if someone shows up and they got to work 9 to 5 at your office and follow your procedures, they are an employee. Now, if you give somebody a job and you just care about the end result and they get to do it whenever they want, take how long it needs to take them, and follow their own procedures for it that you have no control over, they would be considered an independent contractor. And if you're a gray area, contact your accountant or your attorney. They will help you classify whether they're an employee or independent contractor. Because guess what? It's expensive to have an employee on your books, but not as expensive as these claims. Look, $41,000 fined by the New York State Workers' Compensation Board, $16,500, $25,000. The lowest one is $7,500. That is the entry-level fine by the Workers' Compensation Board. That is the lowest they go for their fines. So don't get caught with a fine by the Workers' Compensation Board. Make sure you're classifying people who work for you correctly.